How's it going, YouTube? Hydrax, and in today's video we're going to be doing a all transformations slash forms tier list. As you can see, we have everything laid out before us already, and before we start I just want to say this is a completely opinion based tier list. You may not agree with what I'm putting these forms and transformations as, but remember, this is based on my personal opinion, and I just have to say you gotta have to deal with what I believe is the coolest and the best transformations. Obviously, we have the God tier, very good, good, okay, bad, very bad, and absolute garbage tiers. And obviously, all of these transformations fit into at least one of these categories, I suppose. But let's go ahead and start, because we do have quite a few transformations slash forms here. We are going to be starting off with Bardock. Super Saiyan Bardock is probably going to be God tier. Honestly, he is actually one of the coolest transformations and forms of a Bardock. Super Saiyan 3, not so much. He was okay. There wasn't really a build up for Super Saiyan 3 in Xenoverse 2. He just kind of went Super Saiyan 3 without any prompting or training. It just kind of happened. So he kind of sucked in that sense, but his Super Saiyan transformation was really good. Broly, his restricted form is actually really good. I really like this form of Broly, and I feel it's very underappreciated and underutilized version of him. Obviously, his restricted form has a very unique hair color, being turquoise or purple during the night, and when they did that fight during the night. I actually like this form quite a bit, and it's one of my favorite transformation sequences when he goes from his turquoise form into the legendary Super Saiyan version. Probably one of my favorite transformations of all time in movie 8. The Super Saiyan Broly, when he goes legendary form, was actually really cool. Obviously, I'm speaking about the first movie. Even though this picture is from the Second Coming movie, I'm going to refer to it as from the first time we see Broly go legendary Super Saiyan. Honestly, when he first goes legendary Super Saiyan, it's like, oh my gosh, what is this crazy beast behemoth? And when he started fighting the Z-Fighters and completely overpowered them in this form, it was one of the most spectacular fights of any movie I've ever seen in the Dragon Ball franchise. The complete destruction that Broly did to them, and they were powerless to stop him when he went into this form, until the plot armor basically saved Goku and all those guys from basically getting killed. But yeah, that's a very cool transformation. I really like it quite a bit, and honestly, this Broly is going to be in the same tier. I do like it. It's pretty much the same level. It's just it's basically the same thing. They just copied and pasted this version of Broly onto this one and just gave him a little bit of an update. So obviously it makes sense that they'd be on the same tier. I don't like Super Broly for the plain and simple fact that he didn't have that overwhelming presence and the complete domination of the fight that the Z Broly had. If he had that kind of attitude where he was just completely destroying them, and it wasn't like he was getting stronger and stronger and gradually overpowering them, I would have much liked that Broly more, the Super Broly more, over that. This base form Broly is actually pretty good. We don't ever really see base form Broly outside of the movie. Maybe in the new movie coming out next year we'll see more of him, but once he goes into the wrathful state, that's basically like false Super Saiyan at that point. But I do like base form Broly. He does have a unique look with the Saiyan armor or the Frieza Force armor, their new updated look. It does look pretty good. Kabe Super Saiyan, I don't really care for, honestly. It's like whatever. He achieved Super Saiyan so easily, it's actually revolting at how easily he achieved it. Same with this Caulifla and Kale. It was like, why would you even explain it in that situation for them to get this? But yeah, Super Saiyan Kabe was kind of boring. Base Kabe I actually liked quite a bit. I liked his aesthetic with his ancient Saiyan armor, so to put it. He was a pretty interesting character, being like a knockoff Vegeta, or what Vegeta could have been if the Saiyan race wasn't enslaved and all that stuff. So he's okay. I'm not going to really put him above that. Caulifla is okay as well. I don't really like her that much. I really find her more annoying rather than cool. It's just a personal preference of her personality. It's not like it's like a really big deal. If she had like a little bit more of a motive to getting stronger other than being a complete ass, then I would probably like her more. The Super Saiyan transformation was also pretty bad. I really dislike how they explained transforming into a Super Saiyan in Universe 6, where you have that funny feeling in your back where you just tap into that power and you transform. It was a real trash explanation and reason for them to get Super Saiyan. And the power scaling is so weird. How does this equate to basically Super Saiyan 2 or like Super Saiyan God or whatever power scale it equals to back in the normal Universe 7? I don't really like it. Same with Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla. I don't like her, the way she reached her Super Saiyan 2. Just way too like random. She's just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it now, and then she just does it. It's really stupid. I really disliked the method they chose for her to go Super Saiyan 2. No training, just let it happen. Her Super Saiyan 2 transformation itself isn't even that cool. Her one bang slightly goes up and then that's it. Nothing really changed. They're very lazy transformation design. Cell is actually very cool. I'm actually going to put first form Cell in the God tier. The first time you see Cell is actually a very interesting experience, seeing this creature that doesn't look like anything else in the series before. Very unique design, and I'm quite pleased with with putting him in God tier. It was actually really good. Second form Cell was okay. I didn't really like second form Cell purely because his mouth, his lips just look really weird to me. If he had like more of a regular look, I would actually much rather prefer that. Also didn't like the hints of orange that they went with in the design. I didn't really like the orange accents they did for him, being his chest and tail and a little bit of his mouth. I didn't really like that. That and his voice was really annoying. I really didn't like his voice either. So second form Cell, not really my favorite. Final form Cell or perfect Cell, definitely a God tier transformation slash form. Him achieving his perfect form and becoming a more humanoid version of himself is pretty good. I did like this, and I did like his demeanor once he transformed into his perfect state. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see here, Frieza. Let's get that guy out of the way, and let's put. Wait, where is Super 17? Super 13. I mean, where's the rest of him? Let me just find 13. Okay, let's just do 13. 13 was a okay design. He wasn't really special in any way, but his Super 13 or Super Android 13 form was really bad. I really did not like his transformation into this. I'm actually gonna put in absolute garbage. Him going like getting blue skin and then getting like shoulder pads and getting like orange hair that looks like he's a doll that you put on your car with the bobble head. I really didn't like his transformation nor his form, so he's absolute trash once he transforms. But Frieza's forms were okay. I don't see his original form here. His first form would probably be in the same tier as his second form. His second form was pretty interesting to look at because he looked similar to his father, King Cold. I really liked his more beefed up state. It did look pretty good. His third form just was horrendously ugly and monstrous. I did not like his look at all, and his voice in it was pretty annoying and pretty repulsive as well. Didn't like him in that way. I'm assuming this is going to be full power slash final form Frieza. His final form, when you first see him, is just so sleek and clean. It's a very good transformation and form in general. I really liked Frieza's. I mean, who doesn't like final form Frieza's transformation and aesthetic once he's final form? Pretty good. I didn't like Mecha Frieza. Mecha Frieza was kind of a hit or miss for people, and for me it's kind of a miss. I didn't like his attachments that they put on him, apparently making him stronger than before, but it literally didn't increase in power. In my opinion, he just probably got weaker not having original body parts. But yeah, I didn't really like Mecha Frieza. He was on screen for like an episode or two, and then he literally dies, and you never see this version of him again. I think until I think was a special where they just show him in hell as Mecha Frieza, but I don't really care for Mecha Frieza. Golden Frieza was good, decent. They just really gave Final Form Frieza a paint job and made him gold. It's not really a transformation, more like a color change. I don't really care for it, but it's good enough, I suppose. Frost was, it's going to be probably the same as Frieza, except his transformation was more good. His color palette being more bluish definitely works against him here, and I dislike that aspect about him compared to Frieza. At least with Frieza, there's a little bit more contrast with the colors. But for Frost, his personality being very, I'm a bad guy but not really evil, is probably what brings him down just to being a good transformation slash form. Future Gohan. I liked Future Gohan. Future Gohan was pretty good. I didn't like his hair. Honestly, it looked like he had like bed hair when he woke up in his base form, but he was pretty decent. I liked his attitude. I liked his demeanor. He was a very, very good version of Gohan, I would say. Very reminiscent of the Ultimate Gohan or Mystic Gohan in some aspects, but a true warrior in the greatest sense for his time, I suppose. His Super Saiyan transformation, this version of Gohan is absolutely one of my favorite versions of Gohan, outside of, you know, Super Saiyan 2 and then Mystic / Ultimate. This guy, I really like his Super Saiyan transformation. He looks really good. He looks mature, and I think this is the oldest we've seen Gohan be in the entire franchise. I'm not entirely sure. I think this is the oldest we see him in the franchise. But let's move on to his disciple Trunks. The first time we see Super Saiyan Trunks, or even his base form, he had a really cool design, being this super sleek and just an overall cool character when we first see him. And the fact that he transforms into a Super Saiyan when Super Saiyan was like the biggest thing, like after 1,000 years we finally see Goku go Super Saiyan, and then all of a sudden there's like another one. It's very cool. I liked this version of Trunks. His buff form was actually bad. I didn't like the ultra grade version of him. He just got really buff. I liked his hair design though. I really liked the way he did they did his Super Saiyan hairstyle, which was pretty good. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, I just really dislike the ascot Trunks. I really dislike it. I would have preferred if they just kept him with the Capsule Corp jacket with the black jeans, but they just had to go and redesign him to look more like a Dragon Ball Super character. I really dislike this version of Trunks and the way he looks. It looks really bad. Same goes to Rage Trunks. Absolute garbage transformation, garbage form. I just getting angry, and then he just gets like even more buff. This is like ultra grade. I don't even know what to call this. It's like mixing Super Saiyan with God Key powers, but he's like ultra. I don't care for his transformation. Garlic Jr. Actually, he's actually a pretty shit character when he's like a kid. I don't know if this Garlic Jr. or just Garlic, but I would actually put him as a very bad design when he's like this kid version, I suppose. But once he's like transformed and in his buff state, he's actually not that bad. He's a very unique design, and we don't see enough of him in future to actually compare him to anything else. Honestly, we don't ever see characters designed like him anymore, and so I'm just going to put him as an okay transformation slash character. Gogeta is actually very good. I liked his base form because this is the first time we've actually ever seen his base form. Not a usual thing to see a character in their base form, especially fusions. They decided to finally give us this glimpse after decades of only having the Super Saiyan or Super Gogeta version of him, which is pretty nice. Super Saiyan Blue, decent, I suppose. I just think of the animation style, the way they did him, and how good they made him look. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I can't really speak more about him because everybody's favorite character now is Gogeta Blue, so, or Gogeta in general. So obviously he's going to be in God tier for me. I did like him. I didn't like his attitude though. He just seemed a lot more violent and a lot more aggressive than the Vegito counterpart, which I did not like. As for Gogeta's, the redhead version, our Super Saiyan 4, I actually would put my my favorite as the Super Saiyan 4 version, because I like the Super Saiyan 4 transformation more than the blue version. But yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is the first time we ever saw a Gogeta transformation apart from the movies, and it's a pretty cool transformation. Him having the red hair, the tail, and then obviously his dope ass jacket. His attitude was a bit weird, but it's to be expected considering it's a fusion. Very Vegito-esque in my opinion, toying around with the enemy. Very cool transformation, and compared to the Dragon Ball Super counterpart. We'll just go ahead and do this Gohan, the set of Gohans here, and then we'll call it a part 1 video, because obviously this is dragging on way too long, and if we're here for, we can be here for a very long time. So we will do part 1 now, and then we'll do a second part. So if you do want to see that, just click on the next video, because this will be directly the next upload. But Gohan, he was okay. Honestly, all of his versions are okay until he goes Super Saiyan. The Super Saiyan version of him was actually very good. I did like it quite a bit. His base form was pretty cool, considering the fact that he wasn't really anything special about him other than being Goku's kid. Obviously, he has the different hairstyles, and he has progressed in his attitude towards fighting, from being a kid, from being a crybaby, similar to what Chi-Chi was, to being a more aggressive character, more aggressive fighter later on in the series. His Super Saiyan transformation is actually pretty cool, very unique. We don't see more of it past the Cell Saga. I would have loved to see more of this Gohan in the series, but obviously they wanted to transition away from Gohan being a fighter into more of a family man, which a lot of people disliked. But at least we have the Super Saiyan 2 transformation from Gohan, the first ever Super Saiyan 2 transformation, and honestly one of the best transformations in the entire series period. And there's really nothing else to speak about. It's one of the best transformations and one of the most iconic transformations. Mystic or Ultimate Gohan was pretty hit or miss for a lot of people. I really liked him going Mystic, but I liked the fact that he became more of his Super Saiyan 2 counterpart, but in his base form. Obviously, his arrogance did lead him to being absorbed, but I did like his transformation and the power he displayed, his attitude, all of that stuff that he displayed during his short time or short exposure during the Buu Saga. I really enjoyed that about him. But he's definitely not a god tier. Honestly, from Gohan's perspective, I believe these are the only 2 versions of Gohan that deserve to be in god tier. He's good, but he's just barely out of it. He's good enough, I suppose. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2, maybe even a part 3, honestly, because there's a ton of transformations here we have to get through. But anyways, guys, my name is Hydrax. I'll catch you in the next one.